Hey there, YouTube. Today on SHOKY Review, we're going to check out another great IBO kit. And if you're thinking this one looks a little bit familiar, kind of. If you were paying attention before, I have built and reviewed the original Hyakuren. And this is actually the Hyakuren Amida Custom. And so we got a little shot of Amida right there off to the side looking all sassy because, well, that's her main feature. She's very sassy. And, yeah, so she's basically the second in command or the highest in command of the actual pilots of the turbines and the main wife of Nazi Turbine. So this is her custom Hyakuren because, well, if you're that awesome, you get your own custom suit, right? And then what we've learned throughout this series and every other Gundam. So, take a look at the box art here. Got a great shot of the pink variety of Hyakuren here. Now, the colors here are a little bit misleading. I'll show you why later on, because it makes it look more pink and purple, but it really isn't. Got a great shot of holding the blade in the left hand. If you watch the other review, you know why this is a problem for me. And you look over here and you've got her own gun there, so she doesn't bother using the same gun as the other Hyakuren. If you look down here in the bottom corner, you can see the other one. You see Ozzy right there in her Hyakuren, the Purple Wonder. Okay, you got some great explosions back here. You got some more of the asteroid belt going on there. Some shots being fired back over here. Can't really make out too much else. It's a little busy. You got the Iron Blooded Orphans banner there. HG Iron Blooded Orphans. Amida's Hyakuren. And then a great shot of her, of course. Bandai. Come to the bottom. We got a great action shot there of her slicing some stuff. Basically, it's the cover art, really. And it tells you here about its own special machine gun there. You can store the sword on the back. Then yeah, it can sit on a stand and do things. The arms move like that. Yay. And then you got a cool shot of it using the build knuckle. No, wait, that's not what whatever those things are called, the Iron Fists of Glory, whatever. And then, of course, they customize because, like that, you could also use the missile pod or the grenade launcher from some of the other Option Part 2 sets there. So that's pretty cool. Come down to the bottom, you see this is Iron Blooded Orphans number 10. So we're finally filling out the ranks here, guys. I think I basically really only need the Hyakuren and maybe a couple grazes that I don't even think I can buy anymore, and I'll have all of the IBO sets from Season 1. And come to the bottom, and you got the good rear and front shots, just as you always get. Now, this one actually shows that this is really not purple. I mean, you can tell, that's just, it looks purpley, but it's definitely not. You get a good shot here. You get Amida and you get Hyakuren! Amida Custom. And then you get, the read-up on her right there. And come down here, and actually that's the same photo from the previous package too. So, you get the story mode up until this point, and that's still Barbatos on Mars hitting somebody with a mace. I think that's almost like from episode 2 or 3. Probably 3. Then don't stick anything in this box in your 3-year-old's face. It will hurt them. You've got some plastics in here. This one's a little more expensive. I don't know why. It's 1,200 yen. Maybe because it's slightly different. I don't know. It does come with one extra accessory, so maybe that's where $2 comes from. And then you got the illustration by Koma, background image by Saito Yoshinobu. And even though she's awesome, her box is always upside down. Still upside down, guys. Now, I will mention, my girlfriend built this kit, so I didn't, and there is no video of it, sadly. I was doing my own build at the time and filming that. So we're gonna skip the build this time and go straight into the review. Alright guys, now we've got the Hyakuren Amida Custom out here. And you can see, compared to its original version, or the other Hyakuren, it is starkly different color-wise. You do get some really nice pink, kind of almost flesh tone for most of the armor, and then you get this great, it almost looks maroon on the camera, but it's not. It's definitely like a brown. And I actually really dig this, probably a little bit more than the regular. There's some slight other color differences, and we will cover that in the comparison later. But I really do dig this. And, it's a pretty kit, and I guess I don't want to say it's more girly than its previous generation, but being pink, it really is a little bit more girly. I'm sorry, but being that it is a female pilot, that's not a problem. I can live with it. I really am a fan of these Hyakuren suits. They are something a little bit different compared to all of the other grunt suits and Gundams that we got in IBO. Let's go ahead and pull her off the stand and take a look at some of the details. Come in close, and you do see she has the same head as the other Hyakuren, same little, beady snake eyes. I do really like that. Uh-oh, we got stuff falling apart here, guys. Give me a second. Gotta pop that back in there. Okay, and you do get the same 7 stickers, so you get all of the yellow triangles and the eyes. So you go all the way around. Yellow stickers. That's it. That's all you get sticker-wise, and that's perfectly fine. So many other kits nowadays just overload with different decals and stickers, so you can just... It's nice to have one that has next to nothing on it, and I can really appreciate that. Now, on this one, we actually, instead of using the gray on everything, we did use some brown panel lining on all of the pink parts, and I believe even on the brown parts, even got some nice brown panel line marker in there. You can see it right in there, a little bit of swirly brown. Come down to the legs and you can see it a bit more bold. It's kind of nice. Now, I will apologize for some of the sloppy paint work. That's on me. My girlfriend doesn't like to paint details. She's okay with panel lining for the most part, but she does not like to paint details. And I kind of hurried through it and didn't get a chance to clean them up just yet. So I've got some gray down here on the dots and vents and small little bits. I will go through and clean them up with the knife, just edge it out a little bit. It'll be pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off of there. Now, I will admit, when she was building it, she had the same problem with these forearms that not forearms, biceps. They're really, really hard to click in, but we did get them in there. Come back here to the back. We'll see a few more little details. Painted these little vents. Once again, that one got sloppy, and I don't know what happened with that guy. And then, of course, the butt thruster got painted some dark gray there to make it stand out. And a little bit of silver here just to make the thrusters stand out a little bit. I wanted it to be similar the way to how I detailed the other Hyakuren, but a little bit different in its own right. Now, since we have covered articulation and everything in the other Hyakuren review, I don't really need to go over that. But, you've seen one, you've seen them all. Now, I will point out something on this one that really does annoy me. Something about her feet. She has a really hard time standing. There's the exact same type of feet on the other Hyakuren, but for some reason, this one just, they don't want to hold her up. I don't know if this hinge joint is a little bit looser. Feels like it might be. But she tends to want to fall over pretty easily. I mean, this thing does have some small feet. It's made for, space use, so feet aren't that important. But, of course, now she wants to stay planted fine. Of course she does. Alright, so let's talk about her accessories real quick. You do get the obligatory Hyakuren knife sword thingy. Ow. And the sheath that goes there. Now, I did paint it similarly to the other one, just gave it the nice silver edge there. But this time I did the handle a little bit darker, but then I did a little bit of silver detail down here. But it is the exact same weapon. I believe it's even the exact same color. And you do plant that on the back, just as you should, on the butt peg. So, get her to stand right there. Let me pull that down. Now, she does, in fact, come with the original, I think it was 150 millimeter machine gun. So, I didn't really detail this because in reality she's not supposed to use this one. She has her own specific weapon. But you do get an extra one, so, why not? It is just basically panel lined, I think, and that's it. Like I said, I didn't do everything to this one. My girlfriend built it for the most part. She's not keen on weapons, so any of the details on the weapons I put on there. So I'll set this aside because she's not really going to use it. and we will pull out her actual individual machine gun. Now, I really like this design. That is just cool looking. You know, it is just a little bit different. Well, okay, it's a lot bit different, but it's a little bit different from all of the other weapons we've seen so far in IBO. And you got the nice clip coming out here, but you got a big fat barrel right there, this nice little triangle support bit. And of course I did paint it just a hair, you know, some silver details, some darker grays, and that's it, just to make it not just added some details, reality. Now I do like this one can actually peg on the butt. So if for some reason you don't want your Hyakuren knife on the back, you can totally plug that on there. Now, I do know that in one of the weapons kits, or option sets, it does have an extra little, kind of a two-sided thing where you can plug two different weapons onto it. But I believe that's made specifically for the Hyakuren. I'm not entirely certain. And I honestly don't know where that is off the top of my head. But I will go ahead and put this new gun. Now I do like that this new gun, it just has a straight handle, so it just slides in the hand. You don't have to take the hand apart. Now for this particular comparison, I'm not going to bother putting a sword in her hand. Let me pivot her legs just a little bit, and I'm going to pull out her sister here. Bam! Regular Hyakuren. Now you will notice it does happen to be carrying the the missile launcher there. And, you know, I finally got it in her hand. It did take some doing. In fact, kind of had to flip-flop the shoulder armor out of the way for it to really work. But those double-jointed elbows really come in handy right there. Now, I need to compare this because I'm not sure. Okay, the frame, the inner armor there is actually the same color. But I think against the brown, it just happens to look a little bit darker. But I do like these girls. This one, I don't know. I don't think I could choose between them. I really dig the kind of dual blues going on here, and I really dig the pink and brown aspect going on over here. So, yeah. Basically, I like me some Hyakuren. The turbine suits, with the exception of maybe the Hyakuren, all have some really cool color schemes. Now, the only thing I wish is if we got a kit of the Rue, which is these two suits, but with their main armor taken off and substituted with some more bland armor to not be recognized as the turbines. And I really wish we could get those kits. Maybe Bandai will gift us with those later if they care to. But yeah, that's going to be it for the Hyakuren Amida custom review. If you like these girls, they're cheap for the most part, about 1,200 yen, about $12. They're really fast. I built this one only in a few hours. My girlfriend took a little bit longer on this one. It's the first real kit she's built in a while, but she did a really good job. Like, I really am proud of her when she builds something, because she takes the time, gets the nubs. She's not a huge fan of panel lining and paint details yet, but I will instill that in her somehow. I swear. But she does actually enjoy seeing the kits come together, and she does like the female-driven kits. So that's going to be it for this review, guys. Check out all of the other IBO kits that I've reviewed so far. Check out the playlist, see how my big IBO display came together. Check out the SHOKY quickies if you just want to see some fun, nerdy stuff. And as always, guys, keep on building.